So these are some examples of what dynamic stretching is. Dynamic stretching, as you can read on the blog, is all about moving the body or the muscles around the joint to get them more activated, get them ready for activity. So to give you some examples for that, I have Alison with me, and she's going to be demonstrating. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is just a regular squat. Okay, so feet shoulder width apart, shoulder width to hip width apart, back straight, and you want to keep your knees behind your toes. So the action's actually at the hips. So Alison. Good. And what you'd like to do is to do 5 or so of these. Okay? What that's going to do is that it's going to start sending some blood out to your extremities, getting you more warmed up. Okay? So another one you can do after that, you want to at least do 5 to 10 of those. Okay? Now, if you're in that same position, okay, with the regular squat, you can go down into a deeper squat. Yep, so straight, all the way down. Good, relax. Okay, now you're going to want to do a wider squat. So kind of moves the hips out a little farther, get a little more range of motion. And down. Toes out. Toes out, yep. And hips back. As you can see, Alison's knees aren't coming over her toes, her hips are staying back, and her back straight. And relax. Again, doing 5 to 10 of those. Okay. For this dynamic stretch / warm-up, this would be considered more of like a warm-up type exercise. Alison's going to go down to a squat, and then she's just simply going to do a calf raise too. So activating both the quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, and now the calves. Good. Okay, now we're going to do a little more like single leg motion type exercises. Now all these exercises are going to be stationary. You can progress them through, but that'll be on a later date. Okay, so Alison's just going to do a simple lunge. So keeping her knees both at 90, she's going to progress out, and then come back. And then switch legs. See how Alison's straight, Alison's back is straight, her knees are at 90s, perfect form. Good. What you'd like to do is, 5 on each leg, so 10 altogether. Okay, good. Okay, now we're going to activate the quadriceps, okay? So these are just called quad walks, okay? But we're just going to do them stationary. Alright, so Alison, you grab in the front, you pull it back, and come up on your toe. It'll also activate your gastrocs, your calves. Now you don't have to do them come up on your toe either. You can just do them stationary. Good. As long as you pull them back. Now static stretchings you want to hold. Dynamics you want to put them through the range of motion, kind of warm them up, get them ready for activity. Okay, good. Okay. Now that we've activated the quadriceps, now what we're going to do is activate the hamstrings, okay? So simply what Alison's going to do is do something called a toe touch. See how her back's straight, she's just coming across her body and touching her hand with her other foot. Good. So now we're going to do something called the cradle, okay? And what this is, it's a way to activate kind of your gluteus medius and minimus, which are your stabilizer muscles. Okay, so Alison's simply just going to lift up, and then also, you can come up with a calf raise too. So this is going to activate your stabilizers. And you want to do at least 10 of these. Okay, good. This next exercise is a one-leg stabilizer. This will also activate your hamstrings and your glutes. Okay, so Alison's just going to stabilize on one leg, and like a pendulum, bring her shoulders forward and her leg out, and then come back. You only want to hold this for about 1 or 2 seconds. 1, 2, and then come back. You want to do this at least 5 to 10 times. Now, this is a great way to activate your upper extremities, also doing more of your lower extremities at the same time. Okay, so what I'm going to have Alison do is something called a hand walk. She's just going to simply put her hands to the ground, walk her hands out, and then she's going to tiptoe, so activating her calves again, all the way up, stretching out her hamstrings. Good. And then what you want to do is progress backwards. Good. Okay, making sure that you have a mat or something soft. Alison is going to come on all fours, okay? a quadruped position, okay, and then she's just going to simply keep her back flat and extend one of her legs straight out. Okay, now this is going to activate the glutes, kind of stretch out the hamstrings a little bit. Okay, so you want to do that, 5 to 10 times, 5 times each leg, 10 times all together. And now I'm going to have her lift out her leg out to the side. Okay, what that's going to do is activate her gluteus medius and minimus, which are your stabilizers, and then also kind of stretch out your adductors. And again, you want to do this 5 times each leg, 10 times all together. Very good. Now after you've done those, you really want to kind of make sure you start up that cardiovascular system. So these are a little more advanced, but what I'm going to have Alison do is something called a mountain climber. I'm sure you both all heard of it. So one leg forward and one leg back, and she's just going to switch. Good. You can go faster and slower as you progress. Okay, now from the same position, Alison's going to have her legs extended, okay, do something called squat thrust, so she's just going to bring her legs in, bring them back out. You can do these as slow or as fast as you like. Okay, and now you can also extend your legs out, okay, so come in, good, back, good, and relax, good. For your upper extremities, we're going to do some things, called arm swings to start off. So simply just going to come across the chest, extend back, hold for a second, release, come back, good. And now she can do swings back and forth. Good. You can go out to the side, do arm circles. Become bigger and bigger. And then go back the other way. Good. And also, it's also important to kind of stretch out your neck a little bit, so you're just going to bring your neck back and around. Slow, control.